can't tell which street that is. What is that? Oh, hi, how you doing? It's John Paulus, and you're listening to Life's Potluck Buffet. I'm just trying to navigate here using this map on my phone. I'm not exactly sure. You know, when it's like they're walking directions and you can't quite tell. I always have a problem with this where you like, which way is that arrow going that way? This thing looks like it's just on the other side of the street, but well, today's episode is about maps, so I'll see you on the other side of this brief musical pause. Today's episode is about Worksheet 44, and Worksheet 44 is the knowledge map worksheet. If you'll recall, Card 44 talked about the knowledge. Do you remember that episode? Or if you have the cards, do you remember that card? The knowledge is the exam, or set of exams really, that taxi drivers in London have to pass in order to be licensed. And it is a grueling exam because you need to memorize basically 25,000 streets and the ways from important landmarks or just random places, honestly, to other places. There's a really great video from the Transport for London. I think that's the name of the authority there. It has a video on their website about an individual kind of embarking on the knowledge, and it features towards the end his like initial test with the examiner, and the first place that the examiner chose was one that the person wasn't familiar, the examinee wasn't familiar with. And so they gave him a second chance to do a different place to a different place. But these weren't, like, one of them at least sounded like, it didn't sound like that famous. You know, it wasn't super famous landmarks, at least to me. I mean, I'm not from London, so maybe to Londoners, the places that they were talking about are like super, like well known, but obviously not the first place because the guy didn't know about it. And I looked on Google Maps and I found out that that place no longer exists, or it's been either demolished and replaced by something else, or at the very least it's changed. So like that's kind of interesting as well, that like the exam really does just pull kind of two random places, it seems like it. So that's fascinating. Watch that video. It's hair-raising, that exam. But all props to London cab drivers for developing the ability, if they didn't have it already, to keep such intense spatial recognition and memory in their minds and make those connections. That's just incredible. Sometimes you're just wowed by the human being's capacity to do amazing things. So here's this knowledge map worksheet. It's Worksheet 44, as I said. And on it, there's an outline of a bowl with an entrance and an exit, and there's 3 blue dumpling kind of going into the entrance of it, and then at the exit of it on the bottom right, you can see three blue dumpling exiting. You might recognize these shapes from the Mind Maze worksheet. That's Worksheet 32, and you can also download that from the website. And Worksheet 32 is a maze that I made for you to kind of just do when you want to let your mind wander. And so you can let the back of your mind do some work as you let your mind wander and do the maze. This worksheet takes that frame of the maze, which is the outline of the blue bowl, and makes it into a frame to plan your route to flourishing. So I'm going to start from the top and kind of go down. And I'll show you how I am imagining this right now. And what I'm going to do here is I am going to choose a pen color. Notice choose a markup tool color. That's what they call it on preview. Oh, let's see. Oh, you know what? Magenta is already selected. Let's just go with that. Okay. And all right. So I'm going to start drawing a line from the blue dumpling, and I'm just going to take a turn here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a tree. And this equals health. Oh, I wrote the word health, but I wrote it in script. So I'm going to also, underneath it, just write health in print. Okay, so that's my first stop. Okay, so it's health. All right, what's my next stop in the path to flourishing? Oh, treasure chest. Oh, you know what? This is starting to be a little bit of an old saying. Health and this treasure chest equals flourishing. In the saying, wealth. You know that saying, healthy, wealthy, and wise? I don't know where that comes from, but it's a nice saying. But that's what I'm thinking about right now. So I always put a little keyhole in my treasure chest just because, I don't know, maybe it looks... Yeah, I should put those straps on it. Hold on. You know how they always have those chests have the straps that go there? Oh, yeah, I'm going to draw that on. That's neat. I've decided that I'm doing the straps on the chest. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, I don't know. It kind of worked. I'm going to just kind of make the indications of that on the other side here. Mm-hmm. I think that the reason that I have the security part here is because of security. Security, stability, all those things. This is nice. Okay, so that has to do with flourishing and all good things in that regard, wealth and so forth. And I'm going to go around here. I'm going to draw that. And then I'm going to draw... Oh, I'm going to change the color of this. I started drawing a magenta, but I'm going to draw a light bulb for... And using the yellow. I don't know if you could see that, but, well... I'm going to draw this light bulb. I'll do a gray base for it. Drawing the base as we speak. Okay. And I guess I'll draw a filament. Okay, there you go. Oh, and I should have light coming off of it, right? So, what can we use to make it look like there's light? I guess I'll use the yellow, you know. Okay. Okay. So then that is a kind of wisdom that we want on this road to flourishing, right? And I put another thing in the light bulb there. All right, and then finally, I'm going to draw a heart for contentment and love and all of those good things. So I'm going to put that right there. And that's going to be the final step. And then I'm going to have out, and that's great. I'm going to draw some little seawater for the boats to float on. All right, so there you go. There's my route to flourishing, and I really like it. And I hope you download Worksheet 44 and give it a shot for yourself and see what your route to flourishing is, and let me know. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Life's Potluck Buffet. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up, like it, love it, and please head to lifespotluck.com/worksheets to download Worksheet 44 and all the others. You could also download Worksheet 32 and do that mind maze, let your mind wander. And then finally, if you are enjoying each daily episode, please subscribe. I love it when people subscribe. So have a great day, and I'll see you next time.